Hey you guys, I'm Brian Paul, and it's time for some more PlayStation VR breaking news. For a while now, we've been hearing from people in our community who are concerned about how developers and publishers of PSVR1 games, in lieu of backwards compatibility, will be making their games playable on PlayStation VR2. And so far, the answers have been overwhelmingly reassuring. After the Fall, Pistol Whip, Hello Neighbor, The Light Brigade, Zenith, The Last City, No Man's Sky, and plenty of other titles are all coming to Sony's new headset with a free upgrade for those of us who already own the games on PSVR1. But that still leaves a lot of titles, hundreds of them, that we know nothing about. Well, today developer Parole talked about two more games that we were curious about, Moss, Books 1 and 2. And they're available right now for pre-order on the PlayStation Store for the extremely reasonable price of $40, or $27 each, and will be released on launch day alongside PSVR2, February 22nd. And even better, this is no ordinary port. The studio's gone above and beyond to take full advantage of every feature the PSVR2 has to offer. So let's just quickly run down the bullet points that were shown off on the PlayStation blog this morning. Starting with improved haptics. Players can now feel the effects of world-shaking events, damaging attacks, and movement throughout the world. The haptic feedback from PSVR2 Sense controllers and headset vibration gives the player a greater sense of presence and danger in the game, allowing them to feel even more attached to Quill. Next is a brand new 2-controller setup. Playing with two PSVR2 Sense controllers provides a natural feeling, allowing players to express themselves more freely in the world when reaching out to manipulate the environment. Adaptive triggers will allow actions to feel distinct to players as they experience the tension and weight of virtual objects while grabbing and moving them within the world. Breakable pots and barrels now respond to the amount of force being used, breaking apart once they've squeezed enough to overcome the trigger's resistance. Using eye tracking, interactive objects will now emit a subtle glow when they're looked at. This allows players to quickly spot interactive objects during puzzles and throughout the game. Eye tracking also informs Quill where players are looking so she can offer hints if she figures out something before they do. And of course the visuals. Using foveated rendering, Moss and Moss Book 2 run at 90 FPS in 4K, even with the lighting and texture improvements. That, alongside a larger field of view, gives players a deeper sense of immersion. So that's all great news. More PSVR2 games for launch, and everyone out there who hasn't played these games will now have access to the absolute best way to play them. But the big question on everyone's mind is, obviously, what about the people who already bought them on PSVR1? Will these be free upgrades like other studios are offering? Well, it turns out we don't have to wait for an answer from Polyarch themselves, because according to a new article on Push Square, the answer is simply no. You'll need to buy them again at the new discounted price if you want to play these games on your new headset, making Moss Book 1 and 2 the first two PSVR2 upgrades that won't be offered for free or for a discount for existing owners. So what do you think? Are you excited to play these games again on PSVR2, or will this be your first time playing through Quill's Adventure? And of course, do you think that these upgrades are worth paying for the games again, or should Polyarch have rewarded those of you who already paid for the game once? Tell me your thoughts in the comments below. Alright you guys, it's all the breaking news I have for you today. But make sure you subscribe to the channel so you can stay up to date with all the latest PlayStation VR reviews, Let's Plays, podcasts, and of course breaking news. As always, I'm Brian Paul, and I love you all.